Okay, let's look at the way that an electronic field might be impacted by the universal field at sea level during an earthquake. We have the sea in Japan, and then we have an ocean. We have a wet base between, which is saline, between the sea and the ocean. This is pretty dirty because all of China empties into that. Not all of China. But the island is the lithosphere, and then it's covered with electrically fed housing. And then above all of the houses, you've got a cohesive electronic field. And that field is split into luminescent green where it's humid and fuchsia pink where it's hot and dry. And it's the binary split in the electronic field. If you close your eyes, you can see the nodals. You should be able to see them in the room here because we're in an electronic field where I'm filming, and the nodals are like little spots and you can see them shimmering. They're very small and they're in the electromagnetic light spectrum. If you put a crystal in that, you can hit 7 colours when you give it a planar surface to shine through. So what you see in the nodal pattern is maybe a little bit confusing about what wavelengths are actually present and available to be resonated with and split and then sent down prism faces. So I've put the nodals in the field, but the field is cohesive and it's a vibrational field. Now, when you pump the field and get it really going to give everybody electricity, you can create a capacitor. And that's when you have a voltaic difference between the pan cloud cover, which is grey and flat and electronically loaded, and then you have a discharge direction, which you'll see when you see lightning, and it discharges between what would be in a capacitor 2 metal plates. But in a capacitor like this, you've got a flat electronic cloud, and then you've got your lithosphere, and you've got sea, and you've got ocean. But obviously the capacitor is going to be powerful over the electrically fed housing where you've got the cohesive field. Alright? The field can be confusing when you think about it as colours when it's full of compression waves that are moving, and you're building walls, like you're building like brick walls like in Pink Floyd. Okay, just like in Starlight, you're building cohesive, you've got a cohesive universal field. In this case your light is silver light. In this case it's as light as a down feather, and the Indians call it darshana, star shiner. So this is always around the planet, but this is man-made, and this universal field is a press that comes in over the planet completely around it from the universe, and then it will interact with your cohesive electronically fed system, which you generate power in and send compression waves through all of these houses and buildings that you're feeding electricity to. But in so doing, you fill your airspace with nodals. And when you're pumping really hard and you've got high pressure and you've got very strong generation on smaller wavelengths, not a boom 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 machine, but a boom 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 machine, and you speed it up, you get tighter and tighter nodals. and they get smaller and smaller because you build up a stronger field as you build up a big housing estate. Let's have a look at an earthquake and think about how that earthquake behaves when you know that you're in a capacitor, okay, and you're under the universal field pressure.